Tatprakashamscha Tatshakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangakam Vandeham Siguro Sijutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sarvana Raghunathanikam Tam Chajiva Shadaitam Sadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahavana Lalitam Sri Shakanitam Bandi Guru Padadandam Bhakta Vrinda Samanitam Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Bandi Nityananda Sahoditam Sri Nandanam Bandi Radhika Charana Dvayam Gopijan Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Gopijan Samayuktam Vrindavan Manoharam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. I offer my most respectful obeisance unto the holy feet and Guru Padma, His Divine Grace, Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Maharaj, humbly pray for His divine mercy on me. And there is none different from Him. is not cooperating today. As non-different from him, offer my most respectful obeisance unto the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji Maharaj, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, all my Guru Varga. And at the last, finally, offer my devoted obeisance unto the holy feet of His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswat Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. Humbly pray for all their divine mercy He bestowed upon us, all of us. All glories to their divine mercy. Hare Krishna. Gaur Haribo. Offer my obeisance. Offer my loving obeisance to all Vaishnava Vrinda. My regards to all of you, the sincere devotees, our Lord Chaitanya family. Any query? Specific query?
Maharaj, the arrival day you were speaking about Nityananda Tattva. Maybe you'd like to say something about Radha Tattva in Gaura Lila? Because yesterday you already, more or less in the finish, you was mentioning the concept of Gaur Gadara. Maybe you can say something more for it?
And this is a higher topic anyway. I can reflect on that. Try to describe their glories. Yes, as we know, Srimati Radhika and Krishna appeared in Gaura Lila as Gaurango and Gadadhar. So, like the way we devotionally worship Sri Radha Krishna, also the same devotional way we do worship Gaura Gadadhar. It was Dijo Vaninath who first manifested Gaura Gadadhara deity in Champapahatta, Nabadvip Dham. Thereafter we see Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Saraswati Goswami Thakur also installed beautiful deities of Sri Gaura Gadadhara to be worshipped with equal respect, equal loving devotion as we do for Sri Radha and Krishna. Since Vrindavan Dham is understood, realized to be non-different from Nabadvip Dham. In other words, Siddham Vrindavan and Nabadvip Dham are non-different from each other. Thakur Bhaktivinoda said, Gaura Brajavane Bhedana heribo hoibo borojo bashi. We must not see the difference, real difference between Gauradham and Brajadham. Devotees also lived in Vrindavanadham, Brajadham, while they lived in Nabadvip, Gauradham. After all, whole concept is that of higher spiritual category. So everything in the devotee's life has to be understood, realized in a spiritual sense, not all the time in a physical, worldly sense. Sometimes we judge, oh, he has been living in Siddham Vrindavan for so many years, is more fortunate than those who are living in Gauradham, Navadvip Dham. Maybe they are little less. Prejudice is there. That's wrong. Because Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not only regarded, is realized to be the absolute God, none different from Srimati Radhika and Krishna. It's not just belief system, this is realization of all the great Radha Krishna devotees, all the Gauranga devotees. Many of the Gauranga devotees are also great Radha Krishna devotees. Many of the Radha Krishna devotees are also Gauranga devotees. So, Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna is taken in our life as one and identical way. The difference by the nature of Leela, but by Tattva, they are one and identical. Okay. We all know Gaurahari is no other than Radha Krishna combined. Srimati Radhika and Krishna Chandra combined. Yet, in a very mystical, divine way, Srimati Radharani also made another incarnation in Gaura Leela as Gadadhara Pandita. So Guru Maharaj explained beautifully, after Lord Krishna, after Shyama Sundara Krishna took away the modern complexion of Srimati Radharani for himself, became imbued, became decorated, fulfilled with the divine complexion and devotional mood of Srimati Radharani in relation to Krishna. Then appeared as Gaurahari in Navadvip Dham. Srimati Radharani was in great separation, acute feelings of pains of separation. She also decided to make appearance along with her Lord. So appeared as Gadadhara Pandit, Gadadhara Pandit Goswami Prabhu. Therefore we find Gadadhara Pandit was so loyal, so lovingly attached with his Lord, Gaurahari. He was not ready to live his life separate from Gaurahari, physically away from Gaurahari. So lovingly attached, so devoted to Lord Gauranga. Back to the point what I was discussing. Devotees, or those devotees who are living in Siddham, Navadvip, Gauradham with that pure devotional spirit, they are considered as good as living in Sridham Vrindavan directly, not indirectly. Directly. Those who are also living, residing in Braja, they are also considered to be the residents of Navadvip Dham directly. Need to understand the concept of the living in Dhamma more spiritual way, spiritual sense, instead of all the time judging through physical sense, where the body is living, maybe body, mind living. That is, after all, living in Dhamma is purely spiritual, more than just physical concepts of living, confined, limited within certain geographical limits of the concepts of living such and such place of the Dhamma, this, and making discriminations all the time. No. That kind of discrimination is not okay. There are some positive ways of discriminations, they are okay, but negative ways of discriminations and judging the devotees based on those certain partial feelings, judging them higher and lower, okay, higher devotees, lower devotees, all wrong, very wrong. So, offending the Navadvip Dhamavashi, one cannot be glorifying the Vrindavana Dhamavasis, impossible. Or offending the Vrindavana Dhamavasis, one can never be qualified to glorify, honor the residents of Navadvip Dham. We have to honor both with equal respects, honor, loving appreciation, in non-difference, non-distinct, non-different relationships. There are some distinct, specific flavors are there, specific flavors, specific mood, specific rasa of Sridham Vrindavan, Sridham Navadvip. One, that of Sridham Vrindavan rasa, that of more Madhurja category, whereas Navadvip, mood of Navadvip Dham, that of Audarja Rasam. One is of Madhurja Rasam, another of Audarja Rasam. Yet, Udare Madhura Rago Abhinavasaji. Yet we find so much Madhurja Rasam flowing in a hidden, internal way. Also in the Gauranga Lila, also in Navadvipa Lila of Gaurahari. Audarja Rasam also found in Vrindavana in a more subtle, interwoven way. So, the demonstrations, the manifestations of Madhurja Rasa Lila, Audarja Rasa Lila found in both the Dhamas, but in Vrindavana it is more Madhurja Rasa is more prominent compared to Audarja Rasa. In Navadvip Dham, Audarja Rasa prominent compared to Madhurja Rasa. That's the only distinction. But certain times, even in Navadvipa Dhama, Navadvipa Lila of Gauranga, Madhurja Rasa also came in prominence, in prominent relishes. Many of our great, glorious Guru Varga lived in Navadvip Dham for years, instead of all the time physically living in Vrindavana Dham. Should they be considered, they are not high-class Brajavasis because they did not physically live in Vrindavana Dham for so many years as they did live, but majority portion of their lifetime they lived in Gauradham, Navadvipa Dham, absorbed in bhajana. Gaura bhajana, Radha Krishna bhajana. Worshipping of Gaura Nityananda, Gaura Gadadhara, Radha Krishna in the shelter direct divine shelter of Mahaprabhu Gaurahari. So all our Guru Varga, like Srila Satchida, see, Srila Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Guru Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Vamsi Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, our Guru Varga, okay, our Guru Maharaj, all the stalwart God brothers of Srila Guru Maharaj, all practically continued living. They lived in Siddham Nabadvip most of the time. While engaged, absorbed in Braja Bhajana, also absorbed so much not only in the Audarja Rasa mood, doing bhajana, engaged in bhajana, also in Madhurja Rasa mood, engaged in esoteric bhajana of Radha Krishna while living in Navadvip Dham, under the shelter of Gaura Nityananda's mercy, Gaura Gadadhara's mercy. That is more safe, more important, rather than all the time straightly going to Vrindavan and start living in Vrindavan Dham independently. We need the merciful shelter. Conception Siddhanta was is that we should absorb in bhajana of Radha Krishna under the merciful shelter of Gaura Nityananda, Gaura Gadadhara, Gaura Vishnupriya, Sri Jagannath Vishnu Gauranga. So then we can receive the best of the wealth, treasure of the world of the bhajana of Radha Krishna, rather than straightly going to Vrindavan Dham and just engage in bhajana in independent way. Okay, so things depend on those great devotees, pure devotees of the Lord, like six Goswamis and others, who also lived in Brajadham by the instruction of Lord Gauranga. That is important point. They were living in Brajadham under the shelter of Lord Chaitanya, direct shelter, six Goswamis, no independently. They were residing in Brajadham, engaged in writing all the holy scriptures, okay, following the instructions, following the gracious guidance of Lord Chaitanya, following the order, instruction, okay, of Lord Chaitanya in order to fulfill his desire, mark it. They are not living in Brajadham and engaged in writing books just because independent of Lord Chaitanya's desire. Okay, in full harmony, in order to fulfill Mahaprabhu's desire, and of course, fulfill the sweet will, desire of Radha Krishna, Radhika Krishna. To fulfill their divine service, pure devotional service, to manifest, to reveal the world of glories of Srimati Radhika Krishna, they did. So, those, there are many pure devotees who also continue to live in Siddham Vrindavan for the majority portions of the time. Great. Great. But see the criteria of their bhajana. All under the shelter, divine shelter, the mode of all devotional submission to Lord Gauranga, Nityananda, Gadadhara they did. So, all I'm saying, we don't need to engage in judging, okay, who are doing better, who are doing little less. because mostly living in Siddham Vrindavan physically, so they are doing better. Because there's some nonsense among some devotees, okay, neophyte concepts. But while we're living in Gauradham, okay, maybe a little less. They're a little less qualified. Very, 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 very wrong nonsense. And ultimately we dishonor our Guru Varga, who lived in Nabadvip Dham for so many years, majority portions. So all I'm saying, we don't need to get involved in any wrong judgment. Don't be judgmental. You have no adhikar to do that. Never be judgmental. Okay. Accept all these facts that pure devotees, great devotees, pure exalted devotees living, residing in Brajadham, whether residing in Brajadham, whether living in Nabadvip Dham, residing in Nabadvip Dham, or residing in Jagannath Puri, all are great. All need to be equally respected and honored. I repeat, all need to be equally respected and honored without any judgmentalism, wrong judgmentalism. Who are doing better, who are not doing better. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Look into the fact. While we find so many pure devotees of our Guru Vargas continue to live, they went to Siddham Vrindavan time to time, paid their visits, had darshana, Brajamandal, Parikrama and all. They had okay, I repeat, they went to Siddham Vrindavan, paid their devotional visits, had darshana, engaged in Brajamandala Parikrama, okay, stayed there for a while, absorbed in bhajana, then came back to their permanent base, Gauradhama, Guru Varga like Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Guru Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Sachidananda Bhakti Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Prabhupada, Gurudev Srila Bhakti Rakshaka, Sridhar Goswami, okay, great personalities. Like, and all others, Srila Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj. Also, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, he absorbed in bhajana. And the Mayapur Temple. So, personalities like Bhakti Pramod Maharaj, Bhakti Vichar Jayavar Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Arok Paramahamsa Goswami Maharaj. They lived a big amount of time in Nabadvip Dham. Whereas we find some other Guru Varga like Bhakti Vaibhav, Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj, more in Jagannath, Puri and other places. Not all the time, mostly in Vrindavan. Whereas other Guru Varga continued, like Srila Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj and others, also continued, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, continued to live in Vrindavan Dham for a good amount of time. Of course, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada had no time, he had to live in Braja. He had to go around, engaged in the spreading the glories, describing, narrating the glories of Mahaprabhu, Radhika, Krishna, fulfilling the desire of his Gurudev all around, so he could not physically live in Siddham Vrindavana all the time, but internally he was actually living in Vrindavana, Navadvipa. Internally, he was actually living in Siddham Vrindavana and Nabadvipa Dham at heart, while physically he was living in the Western European countries, engaged in very important, most important devotional services. Once upon a time, he was concerned when his health was falling apart, physical health was falling apart. He wrote letter to Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj wrote a letter to Srila Guru Maharaj asking his guidance, advice about what to do. Because sometimes he felt concerned that he might leave the body in the Western world, what he doesn't want to do. He wants to come to the Vrindavana Dham, Nabadvip Dham, leave the body in the Dham rather than Western countries. But sometimes he gets concerned, but so much preaching, so much devotional service in the form of preaching Lord's glory, preaching activities. So what is important? What should I do? And Guru Maharaj replied, Jathai Vaishnavagam Seisthan Vrindavan. Maharaj, please don't worry. You are in the Western countries because of fulfilling the desire of our Gurudeva, Sri Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, fulfilling the desire of Lord Chaitanya. So you are there, not just living, but they are engaged in some pure, important devotional service to their lordships, fulfilling the desire of my Guru Maharaj, our Gurudeva. So you must know, wherever you are, Vrindavana consciousness is there. So wherever you know, there is the manifestation of Siddham Vrindavan, Nabadvip Dham. After all, the character of manifestation of the Dhamma is not just limited within physical concept, it is spiritual. The very spirit, transcendental spirit of Siddham Vrindavan, Nabadvip, all are manifesting there wherever you are, engaged in Krishna Sankirtana activity. Dhamma consciousness. Bhagavad Dhamma cannot stay away from Krishna Sankirtana. The consciousness, the conception, consciousness of Dhamma and consciousness of Krishna Sankirtana are identical, not different. So please don't worry. You know, wherever you are, engaged in pure devotional service to Guru Gauranga, preaching the divine mission of Guru Gauranga, Dhamma is there. Siddham Vrindavan, Nabadvip Dham is there. So, even if anything happens, all of a sudden, you have to depart from this world in Western country, don't worry. You will be leaving your body in Siddham Vrindavan or Siddham Nabadvip. That is the vision of Dhamma. Dhamma also means consciousness. Living in that consciousness, not all the time. Dhamma is judged or understood by geographical concepts, physical limits of physical geographical limits. Our Guru Varga realized it. Therefore, many of our Guru Varga continue to live in Gauradhama for many, many years. Then from time to time, they went to Siddham Vrindavan to offer their wholehearted loving obeisance, okay. They are offering their intimate loving obeisance and service. Srimati Radhika Krishna there did parikrama, okay, stayed there, lived there for a while, and then came back to Nabadvip Dham, their base of bhajana. While they absorbed in Vrindavana mood of bhajana, braja mood, braja bhajana, under the graces, under the guidance or in the mood of the bhajan of the Gaura Gadadhara also. So many of our Guru Varga did engage in the Madhurja Rasa bhajana mixed with Audarja mood while living in Nabadvip Dhama, engaged in worshipping Gaura Gadadhara as well as Radha Krishna. Both are in Madhurja Rasa mood, Braja mood, mixed with Audarja Bhava. Both. That's what he did. Some of our Guru Varga continue to live in Jagannath Puri, following in the footsteps of Lord Chaitanya. Look into the nature of Lord Chaitanya Lila, Gaura Lila. Most of the times, after Sannyasa Lila, after he physically left Nabadvip Dham, then began to live in Jagannath Puri after Sannyasa Lila. See, that was Mahaprabhu's permanent base. That Mahaprabhu accepted it as permanent base almost. From there he continued journey, taking pilgrimage in different parts of the India. From there, from Jagannath Puri, time to time, he went to Brajadham, went to Siddham Vrindavan, and South Indian pilgrimage too, had darshana of all the Leela stories, all the divine sights, of the Leelas of their supreme, the Lordships. Okay. Had darshana to his full satisfaction, saved many of the conditioned jiva souls, distributed holy names and Krishna prema, profusely, benevolently distributed holy names and Krishna prema, Radha Krishna prema everywhere. Wherever Lord Chaitanya went, Krishna Chaitanya Maharaj went. He was described as Mahaprabhu. Why? Not just Prabhu. Mahaprabhu is magnanimous Lord, meaning merciful Lord. Prabhu, with the magnanimity, Prabhu, okay, a great Prabhu with the magnanimity of mercy, with the magnanimous nature. So much magnanimity, benevolence, of mercifulness. They were called Mahaprabhu. Maha means magnanimous. Lord of highest magnitude, characterized by benevolence, mercy. See, so after having all the pilgrimage tour, Mahaprabhu came back to Jagannath Puri, and most of the times lived there. Not only Mahaprabhu, not only Lord Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, look at Srila Gadadhara Prabhu. He also accepted after the Nabadvip Leela, when Mahaprabhu manifested Puri Nilachalo Leela in his life, and Gadadhara Prabhu immediately decided to accept Kshetra Sannyasa, a vow, specific vow of the sannyasa life, to live in one place, Sikhetra, to live in the place of Sikhetra, because Puri Dham is also known as Sikhetra in another word, in another term. So Gadadhara Pandit Goswami Prabhu immediately decided to take a vow, a lifelong vow, to live in the Sikhetra, Kshetra Sannyasa. Why? Because of Mahaprabhu, because of Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also merciful manifestation of Lord Jagannath Dev. Specifically, that he would be able to closely relate, serve, lovingly serve his Lord Gauranga, staying in Jagannath Puri. So when Lord Gauranga, Krishna Chaitanya Dev was leaving Jagannath Puri for other pilgrimage tour, Gadadhara Pandit, he was not taking along with him all his associates, all the near and dear associates. So Sometimes Gadadhara Pandit was left behind, physically left behind, immersed in the ocean of acute pain of separation, completely immersed in the ocean of acute pain of separation from his beloved Lord, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, waiting, earnestly waiting, most earnestly, desperately waiting for that time when again his Lord will come back to Jagannath Puri. That was the position of Sri Gadadhara Pandit in Puri. So, the great pure devotees, whereas we find many pure devotees continue to live for many years in Nabadvip Dhama, we find some other pure devotees, great exalted pure devotees, continue to live in Puri Dhama most of the time, like Sarup Goswami, Sarupa Goswami, Rai Ramananda Prabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Srila Gadadhara Pandit, Namacharya Haridas Thakur, and so on. Whereas we also find many pure, some of the pure exalted devotees also lived in Brajadham for many years, such as Shri Goswamis and other pure devotees. So, it's all fine. So we find the pure exalted devotees of the Supreme Lord. We can divide it into different groups living in different dhammas. But the fact is that no matter, it did not really matter where they physically lived within certain dhamma. They actually engaged, they shared their common world of the rasa. Okay? From anywhere. In other words, it did not really matter. Siddhantika. From the stand of Siddhanta, it did not really matter so much in which dhamma they lived in. But the fact is that the absolute fact, the common absolute fact is that they all engaged in Sri Gauranga and Radha Krishna bhajana from everywhere. It was not that those who are living in Brajadhama like Sarvaswamis and other pure devotees are only engaged in Radha Krishna bhajana in Madhurya Rasa, not engaged in Gaura bhajana. They are also very much engaged in Gaura bhajana, whereas engaged in Radha Krishna bhajana in non-distinct sense. That is the character of our bhajana, not being independent of Gaura bhajana. No Radha Krishna bhajana independent of Gaura bhajana. Then it will not be pure. Those who appeared before Mahaprabhu, there are many pure devotees, appeared before Mahaprabhu, they engaged in Radha Krishna bhajana. That is a different case. But after the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, after the appearance of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who gave us, who mercifully blessed us with so much of the holy names and Radha Krishna prema, should not be neglected in the life of our bhajana, should not be ignored in any way. Then the Radha Krishna bhajana in the life of that devotee will not be proper, appropriate. You are having some attitude of neglecting attitude, ignoring temperament in regard to Lord Gauranga. Radha Krishna will never accept any worships. Radha Krishna Chandra, divine, will never accept any such worship if anyone neglects Lord Gauranga, Nityananda, Gadadhara. So I have to be very careful. So, thus we find all our Guru Vargas are divided into living. All these dhamas, Nabadvip Dham, all these holy dhamas in Nabadvip Dham, Puri Nilachala Dhama, Sridhar Vrindavana, some lived in South India, some of the holy sites. All are great. No matter where they lived, which dhama they lived, they all absorbed in Radha Krishna Bhajana, Madhurya Rasa, Bhaktarya Rasa mode, under the gracious shelter of Lord Gaurav, of Lord Gauranga, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, there is no place for unqualified judgmentalism. Absolutely no place for any wrong judgmental ways. Gaur Hari. Because, while Mahaprabhu lived in Jagannath Puri, or Gadadhara Pandit, Swarup Damodar Rai Ramanand, Swarup Bhattacharya, they felt also manifestation, hidden manifestation of Vrindavana in Jagannath Puri. Similar way, as they found Navadvip Dham, Vrindavan Dham, not different from each other. Gaura Brajavane Bhedna Haribo. So we shall never see any differentiation, any difference between Gaura Dham and Gauraban and Brajaban. Gauraban means Gaura Dham and Brajaban means Brajadham. Then we will really qualify to become real Brajavashi, real Navadvipavashi, real Puri Dhamavashi. Mahaprabhu simply took Jagannatha Puri as Vipralamba Kshetra, also the hidden manifestation of Brajadham, in Jagannath Puri in the form of Gundicha, Sri Mandir. That was the mood of Mahaprabhu, to take Krishna from Dwaraka to Vrindavan, to Ratha Jatra, taking Gundicha, taking Jagannath Dev towards the Gundicha. Mahaprabhu's mood, feeling was taking Krishna from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. Sundarachala. See, this manifestation of confidence here, the hidden manifestation of Vrindavan also in Jagannath Puri, Gaur Hari. And it was Vipralamba Kshetra. Vipralamba Kshetra of the Braja Prema, because Brajavasis became so filled in the ecstatic love pain of separation from Krishna after Krishna physically left the Vrindavan for Mathura and then Dwaraka. Then at some point Brajavasi, headed by Srimati Radha Thakurani, headed by Srimati Radha Thakurani, the Braja Gopis, other Brajavasis came to see Krishna in Kurukshetra at one point. And it was inexplicable feelings of their beloved union after so many years in Kurukshetra. And the same Kurukshetra mood is manifested in the Jagannatha Puri Vipralamba Kshetra. Like it is also Kshetra, some place of the manifestation of Braja Prema, but more in Vipralamba mode. Instead of Sambhava mode, more Vipralamba mode. That's how Lord Chaitanya experienced, that's how Lord Chaitanya viewed, experienced. So while Lord Chaitanya Gadadhara Pandit Sarvavashankur Rai Ramananda Prabhu were living in Jagannath Kshetra Puri for many years, not physically living, although not externally physically living direct in Vrindavan, like 6 Goswamis, yet they are also living in Brajadham as non-different from Jagannath Puri. They are living in the consciousness of Braja. All of them are living, directly living in the consciousness of the Braja Prema. That's how we need to realize, understand. So Gaura Gadadhar. The question was for Gaura Gadadhar. See, we find Dijabaninath and great devotee like Dijabaninath, Sachidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, my Guru Maharaj, great devotees, devoted lovers of Gaura Gadadhara, besides engaging in worshipping Gaura Nityananda. Because they also did Gaura Bhajana in more Madhurja Rasa, in Audarja mixed Madhurja Rasa mode, okay, in their life. And therefore, as they engaged, absorbed in the Braja mood, Braja Rasa Bhajana of Radha Krishna, I repeat, as they continue to absorb, okay, in the Braja Rasa Bhajana of Radha Krishna, similarly they also continue to absorb in Gaura Lila Bhajana in different form as Gaura Gadadhara. Under the gracious sanction of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Gaura Gadadhara, corresponding parts, corresponding manifestation of the Leela. All the Leelas of their lordships, whether in Nabadvip, Sridham, Vrindavan or Jagannath Puri, all have corresponding aspects and manifestations. Like each is represented in others, other Leelas. That's how it works, in non-difference. After all, it's the same divine couple manifesting in different places, in different dhams. After all, it is the same Lord Gauranga and the divine couple, Radha Radha Govinda Temple, Radha Gopinath, manifesting all over. So we find the corresponding aspects of the Leelas. Meaning all the aspects of all their Leelas, I repeat, all the manifestations of all their divine Leelas were represented in all their other aspects. Fully represented in all their other Leelas. So, I repeat, all the manifestations of all their Leela are represented in all the Leelas. To repeat it this way. In other words, each Leela, each aspect of Leela is represented also in the other fold of the Leela. Like each aspect of the Gaura Leela also represented in the Braja Leela, also represented in Puri Nilachara Leela. Similarly, each aspect of Braja Leela is represented in Gauranga Leela, Nabadvip Leela, Nilachara, Puri Dham Leela. Each aspect of Puri Nilachara Leela Lord Gaurahari, also representing Nabadvip Lila, Vrindavan Lila. How they are happening, very mystical, wonderfully mystical, and we cannot grasp, cannot fully grasp or comprehend each and every part of their corresponding manifestations, okay, in each other. But it is there, represented, whether visibly or invisibly, whether more manifest way or unmanifest manner, more hidden way, is there. Specifically, we find the corresponding manifestations between Nabadvip Lila and Braja Lila. So Thakur Bhakti Vinod, Guru Varga, great Guru Varga like Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, Thakur Bhakti Vinod. Other Guru Vargas described about that, how it happened. Gadadhara Goswami Prabhu had more Dakshini mode. Though we find Srimati Radha Thakurani more left wing. But Gadadhara Prabhu manifested as the mode of right wing. Whatever way Mahaprabhu asked him to do, wanted him to follow, he just simply did it, fulfilling the desire of his Lord Gauranga, Gaurahari. He did not try to put any resistance, he did not try to create any loving resistance or love obstacles on the way of fulfilling desire of Gauranga. Whatever way Gaurahari wanted him to do, he just did. Followed that way. Sometimes great devotees like Jagadananda Pandit, Sarup Goswami Prabhu, little, they would be serving Lord Gauranga with the arts of some left-wing mode, putting some, not all the time holding the same opinion with Mahaprabhu. In order to serve him better and more intimately, they became Bhammo Bhavo. They had the Bhammo Bhavo. Gadadhara Pandit in Gaura Lila mostly manifested, not with Bhammo mood, but Dakshini mood in relation to Gauranga. Although in the inner heart he also had Bhammo Bhava in relation to Lord Gauranga, but it was not much manifested, not so much manifested. So, therefore, many of our Guru Varga absorbed in the Gaura Gadadhara Bhajana, besides Radha Krishna Bhajana. While we sing the Arati of Bhale Gora Gadadhare Arati Nehari, the specific Arati, that wonderfully, most beautifully describes the esoteric nature of the Leela of Gaura Gadadhara, the esoteric relationship, intimate relationship of Sri Gaura Gadadhara, composed by Thakur Bhakti Vinod. That Arati is equal to the mode of the Arati as Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan, Arati Karaye Lalit Adi Sakhikam. That Arati and the other one, Bhale Gora, starting with Bhale Gora Gadadhare Arati Nehari, Nadiya Puravo Bhage Jao Boli, identical. They have identical mode, non-distinctive mode of relating to Lord Gauranga and divine couple. One in Gaura Lila, one in the mode of Braja Lila. But they are inseparably interrelated in the bhajana, in the world of bhajana of Thakur Bhakti Vinod. In the world of bhajana of our great, glorious Guru Varga. So, specific Guru Varga. So much to speak. 9:30. Hare Krishna. Jai Saparikar Shishi Gaura Gadadhara Jiu ki Jai. Saparikar Shishi Gaura Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Dayal Shishi Gaura Nitai Gaura Gadadhara Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Saparikar. Sriman Mahaprabhu Radha Krishna Chandra Radha Madan Mohan Radha Govinda Dev Radha Gopinath Jiu ki Jai. Radha Ramana Krishna Chandra Jiu ki Jai. Jai, all glories to all our Guru Varga. Sri Guru Varga ki Jai. Shaparsad Bhagavan Sri Gaura Hari ki Jai. Shaparsad Bhagavan Gaura Hari ki Jai. Shamarita Bhakta Vrinda ki Sri Radha Govinda Ji Mandir ki Jai. Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai.
Jai Nandan Swami Maharaj ki
Jai.